Some of the most, some of the most iconic cards, like, okay, you're gonna have to help me with the pronunciation.
Charizard, Blastoise, and Mewtwo.
Okay, Charizard, Blastoise, and Mewtwo were immediately sought after. The sense of competition, even among young children, turned collecting into an unspoken contest. Who had the rarest card? Who had the most complete set? Swapping duplicates during recess or lunchtime became a routine, and disputes over trades could disrupt entire classrooms.
That actually happened
Really?
a couple times
In elementary school?
Kids started yelling at each other. Give me my card back. That's not a fair trade.
Can I ask you to, last strategy on that deck up there, can you summarize what we just read, this paragraph right here, in only one sentence?
What?
Okay, so this paragraph right here in one sentence.
This in one sentence?
Yeah, so we just, so it goes.
Just summarize it in one sentence.
Mm-hmm.
That people took collecting to a whole nother level when the cards were released.
Beautiful. I love that. That was a perfect, complete sentence. People took cards to a whole nother level. I always feel like nother should be a word because I say whole nother all the time. But actually, it would just be a whole other level when the cards were released. Okay. All right, your turn to read the next paragraph.
When the Pokemon franchise grew, so did the card game. New expansions introduced hundreds of new cards, each with its own unique move and effects. Over time, the rules became more complex, giving a raise to more strategy and athletic from the company.
Okay,
No,
can you go
that's
back
not
to that
the
phrase,
one.
and starting with athletic?
Athletic from the
Okay, slow down a little bit. Athletic or
form
uh-huh.
of competition. I
Perfect.
don't know why it took me so long.
Well, it's just your previous habit of like going too fast and guessing. But now you're breaking it down. Can you go back and just read that whole sentence again, starting with over time?
Over time, the rules became more complex, giving rise to the more strategy and athletic form of competition.
Awesome.
Today, professional players train of pushing tournaments that best both memory and distraction making under pressure. Winning matches isn't just about having powerful cards. It's about knowing how to use them effectively.
Okay. What does that mean? How to use them
Well,
effectively?
The most of the strong ones, since they're so strong, if they get taken out, because usually they take out 3 cards of the opponent's deck and you win.
Mm-hmm.
And since those are so strong, you just need to defeat 1, and it counts as 2 defeated. So that's why a lot of nobody in the tournaments use those, because they're literally just a waste of time.
Huh. Okay.
It's really complicated because there's a lot of older stuff that goes with that.
Okay. Sounds like it. I'm gonna have you go back some. You did some of your guessing on this one.
Okay.
Let's see. The rules became more complex, giving rise to a more strategic and athletic form of competition. Today, professional players, let's make it bigger on our screens. Can you go like up to your 3 dots and like make it zoom in so you can see and then we'll be like, okay, not too much though. Yeah, yours is perfect. I need to fix mine. maybe 150 is about perfect. Well, you know what you're doing on there. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Today, professional players train for. What is that word right there? Break it down. Punishing. Do you know what you said?
Pushing.
Yep. Okay, so rushing through. So how can a tournament be punishing?
No, first of all, I don't know if you have to, but I think you have to pay to get in. I think.
So if you
And
lose.
You pay. I think you have to pay. I don't know. And if you're like all the way at the top and you're at the finals and you lose, you're gonna feel all, I guess, mad at yourself.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
There's money on the line.
Exactly. Okay. All right. And then that test, you with me? That test both memory and
decision making.
Yes.
Under pressure.
And you said distraction.
Distraction.
Yeah. So you see how that you saw the DE and you're just like, let me just like roll over that one, you know? Slow down a little bit and you'll get it. Decision making under pressure. All right. I'll read the next one. Despite its competitive edge, Pokemon card collecting has always been driven by a sense of joy and nostalgia. Many fans relish the chance to rediscover cards from their childhood. For others, collecting is a way to bond with their own kids, bridging generations through a shared passion. Rare cards, especially first edition in mint condition, can now fetch thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Is that true?
I have Legos for $20,000.
Oh my gosh, are you ever afraid it's gonna get stolen?
No, I have it in a. Well, first of all, no one is gonna go into my house trying to search for a Pokemon card.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. And I have it in a little box, and it's in a little. I don't know how to say it. It's like a sleeve, but it's thick, so it's not gonna get bended easily.
Cool.
It's from the 1990s, and it's in Spanish, so that's why it goes for so much. And the original version, if it's graded, just the English version, if it's graded, because you get them graded at like a rating of 1 to 10. A 10 in English goes for around like 200. But I'm not gonna go get mine graded because it takes like almost a month or two to send it and bring it back, and you're wasting money anyway to send it over there. I think it's like $20, depending on what company. It's like $20 for each card you send for them to grade.
Wow. What's the benefit of holding on to that $20K card?
Because I know in the future it's gonna get even more expensive. So if I do want to go get it graded, it's gonna be more expensive anyway than it is right now.
Awesome. Okay, that's exciting. All right, will you read the next one?
This one. Of course, not all attention has been positive. Over the years, there have been
You got an open
accusations.
Perfect, yes.
Of school banning cards because they were seen as a distraction of, or even an insult to classroom order. Some parents viewed the obsession as unhealthy, especially when the children were devastated.
Close, so close. You just added one sound in there that's
devastated
yes.
over the loss and stolen cards. Yet the Pokemon card community proved resilient, growing
so close. So resilience is a form resilient. So resilience is the ability to bounce back, right? or like to stay strong under pressure. So resilient is the adjective. So if I say, wow, you're really resilient on the football field, that means like if you have like a loss, that like, or like an injury, like you bounce back quickly, you like shake it off.
Okay, growing stronger and more inclusive other times.
Okay. Credit must be given to the designers and artists behind the cards, whose creativity has helped sustain interest for nearly 3 decades. Each card is a small work of art, often featuring playful puns or striking visuals that make them a joy to discover. The franchise's ability to continually reinvent itself while staying true to its roots has played a major role in its lasting success. All right, so I'm going to ask you a question. Let's see. What are some of the ways in this paragraph that they talk about a lot of creativity going into the cards?
That makers of the cards create stunning visuals and stuff.
I love that because this says striking and you used your own synonym stunning. Okay, we only have 2 more paragraphs left. Will you read the last 2?
Today, the world of Pokemon cards is expanding like never before. With the rise of online trading platforms, YouTube unboxing videos, and digital tournaments, the community is no longer is larger and more connected than ever. Whether you're finishing a collection from years ago or just starting your journey, the thrill of opening a pack remains timeless. In the end, Pokemon cards are more than just pieces of cardboard. They are memories containing a symbol of global connections and symbols of a global community that continues to grow, and that's a legacy worth collecting.
Yes. You know what you're doing is like you are developing what's called a metacognitive ability to know when you've done the skipping and you're going back and you're fixing it. Last thing we have to do is just reread some of the words that might have been like kind of high level words that might have been difficult. Okay, I'm just gonna write them down here. We're gonna talk about what they mean. And okay. Okay.
Here it is, this one.
Oh, show me.
That's the one. And now it's pre-owned though, so it was opened, messed with, then got PSA 10. So it goes for 2K.
Wow. Okay, 2K. Because at first, when you said 20K, I was like,
no, it's because that's played with. So basically, if it gets bended, chips, if there's something wrong with the card, a wrong print, or any, like it has to be perfect. It can't be anything wrong with it.
And that's where the grading comes in?
That's where the grading comes in. Here, look.
Gotcha.
Here, this one. PSA 9 isn't even a 10 and it goes for that much.
Whoa.
That's what I'm telling you about.
That's amazing. I'm just going to get my water. Where did I put it? Okay.
This one. I have this one It's not that much compared to that. But
What's
some
it
of
say?
mine had to 130 here.
I mean, still for like one little card, that's amazing.
Someone was gonna steal it from me. I caught them in the act.
Ooh, were they over at your house?
No, it was at a school because we used to have a whole community basically come in. We would go under this tree that had a bench and we would just sit there and play with the cards and trade and stuff.
I love that.
And I told someone to watch my cards and they did. And then I come back and I see someone else because they're over here doing something else and I see someone else going through the pages.
Wow.
And I was gonna take it out and I screamed, ran over.
And you got it.
Yeah.
I think you had a sixth sense. All right, before your class comes in, I want you to, will you do the scooping on these for the syllables? So you can either scoop it first or say it first.
Like that?
Yeah, like those little, I don't know, scoops.
Yeah, all of them?
Uh-huh. Ob. Mm-hmm. What's that word?
Obsession.
Mm-hmm. What's an obsession?
They'd be basically an addiction.
Okay. Inclusive. Yeah. How is the Pokemon community inclusive? What word does it have inside of it that you know? Include.
Clue is basically
So if I told you it has the same root as include. So if we're talking about the people, like what kind of people?
everybody includes some part of it.
Yeah. Yeah, like all kinds of different people are a part of it. Okay. What about this one? Do you remember this one?
What is that?
Oh, sorry, my handwriting. That's a V.
Devastating.
Oh, you did the same thing. You added one sound. Perfect.
Okay.
Say it loud.
Devastated.
Yeah. So when might someone be devastated?
When they find that their car was stolen or something.
Exactly.
Or they waste all the money you get for it, basically.
Yes.
Good.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Stated.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh, no, I did that wrong.
Perfect. All right, say it loud.
Resilient.
Yeah. So let me show you. There's two different. So resilient, the adjective, and this is resilience, the noun. So it's kind of like happy versus happiness. Okay. So like you're a happy person and happiness is what you want. You're a resilient person and resilience is what you want. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. And we talked about that one. All right, do this one and then we're going to save the next for next time. So, and that pH is a digraph. Yep, exactly. I think it was also the first.
There you go.
All right. Okay, say it loud. Yeah, what's a phenomenon? I'll read the sentence. It was the first sentence.
Basically like a global, a thing that affected the whole world, basically. Something that affected something.
Yes.
Basically.
Look, thank you. Dear Mice, I know you weren't psyched to come, but you are reading like a rock star. I'm so proud of you.
I can do this here, but I don't know. I can't do this.
Okay.
And then my dad is like, you gotta practice more. And I'm like, yeah, I know.
Mm-hmm.
And then I come here and I can do all this. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, that is more metacognition, where it's like your brain is growing so much that you are seeing, like, just like I said, that you're like slowing yourself down when you're like, oh wait, I'm doing the skipping. Now you're like, gosh, I can do this in this situation, but not that situation. And you're just gonna get better at creating what you need at home to do it, you know? So keep me posted on anything I can do. Maybe, I can put together some things like that you could do in your own time when you feel like it, so that when your dad says, hey, I want you to practice, you can be like,